Angelina, that girl from Uganda.
Rick man.
Artin on the beat.
Your body, oh yeah. Shake your body, oh yeah. Touch your body, where's your body? Where's your body?
We go
Hello and welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's Allawiyah here, and today we are back into the game with a new one, my friends. If you're new to the family, you already know what to do. You already know what's up. Don't have to talk too much. Click that subscribe below, literally in the corner there, because now I have it set throughout the whole entire video because we did that. I thought, why not bring you guys another episode of Bonnet Chronicles, Bonnet Diaries, as your girl has got loads to talk about. Like, a load of stuff has been happening, like on social media, on the news. Loads of outbreaks have happened since I last spoke to you guys. Like, the last time we spoke, it was a whole lockdown, and now it's a whole protest season. This topic I'm going to talk about today is the most recent topic, the most shouting topic, something that needs to be heard, needs to be spoken of, and we need to be heard, and that is Black Lives Matter. With recent events, obviously, if you aren't aware, I'm sure everyone's aware, but if you aren't, and obviously you haven't really been on social media or haven't been watching the news, George Floyd was killed by a police officer. The police officer put his knee on George Floyd's neck, and obviously he ended up resulting for him to pass away. Loads of people feel like a load of brands haven't taken part in this move and these protests, and they haven't really accommodated the Black Lives Matter, and leading for loads of influencers and content creators to start to speak up on these matters and approach the brands. We've had some influencers attack brands such like L'Oreal, asking as to why they were never paid or why they were never treated the same as such other influencers who may be of a different ethnicity. It led to a lot of backlash for different brands, which I may not mention in this video due to personal reasons, and obviously I'm very respectful to people's brands. And at the end of the day, like, I believe with every single business brand, you're always going to have to learn how to accommodate every single ethnicity, every single country, every single person. Does that make sense? So it's like we're living in a time where people are quite opinionated and people are quite blasé. So it's like it's very important for brands to just educate themselves, see how they can accommodate every single genre of customer, whether it be white, black, Asian, any, just literally any. Loads of brands have been called out by influencers that they hadn't paid, and they ended up having to pay them. But it's just really sad to see that it's taken a protest and the whole Black Lives Matter for people to actually take part and be like, you know what, let me start posting black girls on my Instagram. You know what, let me start reaching out to influencers that are black so they can work for my brand. I mean, it's really sad because now that we're in 2020, you would have thought that these things have come to pass or like they've come to an end, but instead there's kind of more silence and more inside. Whereas back in the day, it used to be outside, like a person you'd know straight away they're racist, whereas right now it's kind of really hidden within. But it's also quite sad to see that the difference within pay rates of black influencers and white influencers. And it was really intriguing when I was reading on Twitter and online, and even entering some of the lives the influencers were doing, and I was really intrigued to hear the differences, that how, you know, some influencers were treated well, some influencers wasn't treated well. Obviously these things happen a lot in the industry. It's not very fair, and make sure that if you have influencers working for you, make sure they all feel accommodated and they feel like their desires have been met. Because we had, what I've noticed in this whole segment, this whole protest that's happening, is a load of unfairness has been done. Loads of people feel like, you know, for example, like people don't take time to learn their names, because obviously being African or even Caribbean, we love to have big names, and it's like that's where we find managers asking us to cut our names out from AJ to you get what I'm trying to say. So it's like, I feel like any business, any manager, it's very mindful at this moment in time, because slavery and racism has gone on for a very long time, and we finally reached a level of life where we just know that we can speak on it. But at hand, we've lost a lot of our sons, a lot of our brothers, a lot of our uncles, dads, and it's just enough is enough. We're currently facing a lot of police brutality, and living in South London, something I realize is because I was raised in like a very conservative part of London, but then I ended up moving to the Bronx of London. I won't mention the area, but the Bronx. And I realized that depending on the area, you find that the police handles different areas with different type of force. Does that make sense? And I just feel like it's very, very important for us to first of all educate our kids and sons and make them aware that police brutality is very real, and of course the police was put there to protect, and it doesn't necessarily mean every policeman is brutal, but we need to educate our sons and our brothers of police brutality and to stay calm when they are being intervened by police, because at the end of the day I feel like loads of these situations, what takes it from 0 to 1,000 is when people don't stay calm. So it's very key right now for us to educate our younger brothers and younger kings that, you know, police brutality exists, and the best way for you to deal with it is to be calm in the situation if you're faced with such a situation. Next point I'm going to talk about, am I the only person that was shocked when I found out that expressions, like, you know, I've had braids. Like, if you've been watching my videos, my most recent hairstyle is braids because I love braids. Like, listen, braids is a bit of me, like braids is a bit of her, like braids is a bit of everybody. Like, listen, braids is me. Because obviously there was this thread on Twitter showing all these different the brand and the business owner, and I didn't know Expressions is not owned by a black business, which is completely fine, but I was shocked because you would think that considering it's us that use it, does that make sense? And also Cantu isn't owned by, it's very intriguing, even Echo Styler. So I just realized that there's a load of black products I've been using that I haven't even educated myself on where they come from. There's been a whole challenge that's been going online which I've been absolutely loving, and I'm sure loads of you possibly might have taken part, but the challenge that's been going away is this Vogue challenge, and I did take part. Your girl did take part. I took part in the challenge and I was so happy because, you know, your girl don't take part in these things. I'm trying to be more consistent or whatever, but there was this challenge that took part, and it was like everybody could create their own version of a book magazine cover for Vogue, and it was like, when I tell you, the way the internet, people are so creative, and I feel like the more technology is growing is the more we get to see the more creative side of everybody else. The famous Hushpuppi has been arrested by Interpol and FBI and was collected in Dubai and taken straight to America. Can I just actually say, am I the only person that always used to sit there and be like, how does this guy make his peas? Like, I wanna be rich like him. And I am saying, because this is all allegedly, he ain't been charged for nothing, so I just want to say this is all alleged, okay? If you don't know who Hushpuppi is, I might just insert a picture right here so you guys can get a look and know who he is. And he's been like the OG of OG. Like, when I say he's an OG of rich, like, you go on his Instagram and you instantly want to be rich. On Thursday morning, everybody woke up to obviously Kenza, an influencer that's on YouTube and Instagram as well. She's currently a big influencer on Instagram but has now moved on to YouTube as well. She decided to do the great big chop, which I honestly think looks good on your girl. Like, I saw her picture and I was like, this girl looks beautiful. Like, she just, but obviously some girls were feeling a type of way, and obviously her and Eva went back and forth on Twitter claiming who copied who with the shade, with the fade. And one of the guys were in the comments literally saying, if Mandem could trademark fades, we don't know what these girls would do, because honestly, how could you copy a fade? Like, how could someone copy a haircut? But yeah, I'm a firm believer that in order for success, you should be fixing each other's crowns and not bringing each other down. But that was another topic that occurred this week. Last topic I want to talk about today before I leave you guys, is supporting each other. I feel like it's very important for people to start supporting each other. It's also important for us to know that as long as you want to do something as well, there's space for you at the table and there's space for you to create your own table. We're living in a time where it's very easy for you to create something for yourself, and it's also very easy for you to get yourself to where you want to be. Like, it's not shift work like our parents used to have. So I feel like it's very important for people to stay mindful to support each other's businesses. Any upcoming businesses, whether it be big or small, black or white owned, support each other's business. Anyways, today I didn't want to talk too much, just wanted to come and talk about reoccurring issues. Literally a lot's been happening. Last time I spoke to you guys, it was a whole pandemic. Now it's a whole protest. It's a whole a whole Black Lives Matter right now. It's a whole, you know, like loads of things is happening, and I just thought we need to talk about it because what the hell, like I need to give you guys another episode of Bonnet Chronicles. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to thumbs up the video because you know what we do. I'm annoyed. And don't forget to subscribe, like, share, send it to your group chats. And yeah, you guys, I'll see you guys soon. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Bye.